Hi, today I will try to finish my Canada memoir. I was in Canada for 3 years, from August 2000 to August 2003. Um, Let me first talk about a little bit about living expenses there. So I rented a one bedroom flat, almost the middle of the city, very close to the downtown. It was on the first floor. It was decent, okay, and that used to cost me I think 550 Canadian dollars. Canadian dollars back then I think was around, I don't exactly remember. About, yeah, I mean, about 60-70% of the US dollar. It was later on it became almost at par with the US dollar. I had a savings of about 12,000 US dollars or something like that, and I used to get 2,500 Canadian dollars as so $1,000 bursary, which is pure scholarship, and $1,500 they used to pay me for doing either teaching or doing lab work or anything like that. I also had a car, so I had sufficient means to live comfortably, and I lived kind of comfortably. So I had that flat, I had the car to commute to work to the university. Um, yeah, I mean the as I said, flat was about 550 per month. Food expenses were about, I don't know, 300-400 per month, something like that. And then yeah, I used to drink and smoke a lot. That costed me some money. Other than that, entertainment, TV and movies, and a major expense was phone. Um, I used to call a lot because I was lonely. Fortunately, Rajesh was in the US back then, so US calls are about 10 cents a minute. But India calls were expensive. That was about, I think, 80-90 cents a minute. And if I was to get drunk, there was no census, and I used to call half an hour, 1 hour at a time. So one call would cost you like $20, $25. Particular Sanjeev or Rajesh, Santanu. Even home, back then I was kind of attached to my parents also. So those calls, I mean, every month I used to get bills, minimum $200, sometimes $250, something like that. That's like almost 10% of my earning. I didn't have any other expenses because I didn't buy much stuff. I mean, very minimal things, some a dining table and a bed and something like that. That's all. And I rarely bought clothes. So yeah, those are my primary expenses, and I used to live comfortably, no problem there. About entertainment again, I mean, um, yeah, we had cable TV, and I had Cinemax, HBO, and for a while I took the Playboy channels. So yeah, first let me talk about a little bit about my friends. That will give a background because they will keep coming in my memoir. So I had a good friend, Kumar Vanka. He was he was originally a Telugu guy, but he was born and brought up in Calcutta, in Khidirpur. He used to go to St. Thomas, I think, in Khidirpur. So he spoke Bengali fluently, and he was pretty much Bengali. So his tastes and yeah, I mean, were like us, or like me. We used to love to read and listen to music, watch movies. So we hit it off very well together. He was studying chemistry, doing PhD in chemistry under Thomas Ziegler. He was a famous guy. He was like almost at the top among the world chemists, just below the Nobel laureates. He didn't get a Nobel Prize, but he was. So they were doing research in theoretical chemistry, um, all this the quantum stuff. And this is all simulation in computer. And because this had some industrial applications, it was about catalysts and how to speed up chemical processes. So it had industrial applications. So Ziegler used to get a lot of funding. So he had a huge team of researchers working for him, PhD students as well as postdocs. Later on, another friend of mine, Arubda, he joined Ziegler's team for a year as a postdoc. He was from this Bhabha CAT, actually, Center for Advanced Technologies in Indore. So he went there as a postdoc. So yeah, So yeah, I mean, Kumar and me, we were good friends. We used to go out everywhere, go to movies almost every month or every fortnight. He used to come to my place every Friday. I used to drink and watch movies all the time and cook food. So, and then the next day we'd go out to Banff or drive somewhere else. And then later on, Aurubda joined. So we three used to be together. And then yeah, the renting movies was another expense. I mean, I used to rent a lot of movies. Back then there was no. I didn't have a computer. I didn't carry my computer from US. I had a computer in the US, but because I was mostly working in the university, so I didn't need a computer all the time. I was working there, so at home I primarily used to watch cable TV and VCR. So I didn't have a computer. So we used to watch movies on rented movies, and I mean we were pretending to be intellectuals, so we used to watch all sorts of kind of Satyajit Ray movie and Kurosawa and some Woody Allen was a big fan. Kumar was a big fan of Woody Allen, so and of course all the modern movies too. I mean, we saw Harry Potter in theater, Lord of the Rings, and Matrix you couldn't get a ticket, so we had to wait all the whole show, and then next show we got a ticket. And then Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, some Hindi movies. We saw this Devdas in the theater. That was another experience. All the white girls, they couldn't figure out what's going on. One girl was saying, "Why did they let him die?" The last scene when Devdas is dying, why didn't they call an ambulance? So anyway, so and then yeah, Ashoka, those kinds of. We used to go to movies frequently, me and Kumar. So and then yeah, and about that, as I said, Cinemax and HBO, they used to run adult movies late at night after 12 o'clock, and then I had the Playboy channel. So those are the very few adult entertainment I had back then. I didn't have any too many woman contacts. Once in a while, I thought of getting a dating magazine and then dating local girls, but I chickened out. I was just shy that I will not be able to kind of keep up the relationship that way. Of course, in the university there were girls, Indian girls, not very many, and the competition is very high, and I'm not very good at socializing with girls. So, but there was one girl who was very pretty. Her name is Harpreet, a Punjabi girl, but really pretty. Not pretty because high demand, but she was really pretty. I took her out once in a while. I'm not formal dating, but because I had a car, so I could take her around. Once I took her to this Pankaj Udhas concert. So he came to Canada, Calgary, and they had a show in Marriott Hotel in the lounge. So it was very private affair, about like 50, 60 people only. That's all. And I was like a few feet away from the singer. And there was some amazing experience. So yeah, so the Harpreet and me and Kumar and Harpreet, we went together. But yeah, but it didn't go very far. So and then one girl I went there to pick up at the airport. See, the university union, students union, they arrange to pick up foreign students when they come to the university to help them to orient better, easier. So this girl was coming from Chennai, and they because I had a car, they asked me if I can pick her up. I said, yeah, of course, particularly being a girl. So me and Kumar again went to the airport, pick her up, but she was very plain looking, and so we lost interest. And because she was so plain looking, we found millions of other problems with her. I mean, how she's not very intellectual, and the girl tried to keep up. I mean, we were trying to show off how intellectual we are, and then while driving her back to the city, and she tried to keep up, and she tried to talk about philosophy, but for her, philosophy was all religion, and that again put off particularly me and even Kumar, even though he was religious. So Kumar was part of that Yogananda cult. Yogananda cult has groups everywhere, all over the world, small groups where they do meet up in somebody else's place and do meditate. So mostly white people. And there was one black guy also, a real estate agent, black real estate agent, Yogananda fam. I mean, that's amazing, right, isn't it? They used to do meditation like 8 hours, 9 hours at a time. So 8 hours, 9 hours, sit there. That's it. Don't talk, don't do anything. Just sit there and think. And after coming out of the meditation, Kumar was like euphoric. He was glowing, luminous. And then they used to do all this fasting also, 2 days fasting, 3 days. That guy, that black guy, he used to do like a week worth of fasting, only orange juice or water. That's it. Kumar used to do a couple of days fasting, uh, and then um, and then they used to do like non-veg, veg week and stuff like that. Kumar used to is non-veg, but after doing few after a couple of years, I think he one day he said, "That's it. I'm not going to eat non-veg anymore." One day he just stopped, and I never seen him eating non-veg after that. I did similar things, but I relapsed after 2 3 months. But he maintained. So yeah, so he was part of that Yogananda cult, but he was religious, but he couldn't take that girl's religiosity. So yeah, so I think something, her name was Raj Lakshmi or something. Anyway, so I dropped her, and then yeah, after that I never went out with her again. And then there was one more girl, I forgot her name. She had a flat near the university. We went to her place one day to have lunch and saw the movie Lion King. So those were the Indian girls, and then there are a couple of times we met. See, there's two very cute girls in the food court, in the coffee shop. One girl is absolutely cute, so beautiful, and me and Kumar will sit there, drink coffee, watch those girls, and talk about them, but never had the courage to go and speak to them or ask them out. At the very end of my stay in Calgary, finally, I gathered the courage and asked that girl, "Would you go and watch a movie with me?" The girl was, "Yeah, sure. When do you want to go?" I said, "Wow." And that somehow that did not happen. I don't remember why. Maybe something happened to me or her, but we didn't go to the movies. But I mean, I felt so bad. Why didn't I ask her out 2 years ago? It's just a learning for all the young kids if they're watching. Of course, I don't have to tell them; they know everything already. But yeah, I mean, don't be shy. Ask somebody out. There's nothing to lose. They'll at most say no. I mean, that's no worse than where you were. So do ask, and most of the girls are very receptive. They will go out with you. So yeah, that happened, and again, Lisa used to come and join us during coffee sometimes. So yeah, that's one. And then one experience I had. I mean, I had in the U.S. also. So see, both in the U.S. and Canada, there is this huge evangelical groups who tries to convert these heathens, particularly these black guys from poor countries, and they think us all same thing, to try to convert them to Christianity. One guy in the US, I was there. This guy's name is Simeon. He used to work with me, and he took me one day to his church, and there is this huge gathering in a school building, and they have this mass, and I went there, and they gave me this little bread, little wine, and I went there. So this is common even in universities, and they use these beautiful, cute girls as a bait. Those girls will go there, sit down with you, and then start talking. And of course, we were like so starving people. We say, "Wow, great! These two girls come and talk to us." Then we'll start talking. They say, "Oh, do you guys want to meet us? We will have a meeting this Sunday in the morning." I said, "Of course, why not?" Then you go there. Then you realize that it's a trap. They will now start talking about how bad Hinduism is, how this Kali and goddess and all these gates of hell, and say how bad this is. You are all going to hell. And I used to just laugh, and they realized that this guy is not going to convert. So they didn't like me, and they kind of let me go. But I'm just saying, so those are kind of stray incidents of meeting with girls, but that's not really girls. Those were agents in a sense. So yeah, those are my. I didn't have, as I said, much of a women contact, but those are very few women contacts, and that was life was lonely. I mean, particularly during those Thanksgiving and Christmas, where everybody is having fun, enjoying, going out to parties and stuff like that. I used to drive around the city and looking around the lights and feel very lonely. So that was life then. But we did go out. Me and Kumar is telling you, Friday night we'll go watch movies, and the next morning we'll go to Ban for or somewhere close by. When Arupta was there, we used to go to fairly frequently to this Ghost Lake, and then Canmore, and then what was that name? I forgot. Swift Current, those places. So not Swift Current, High River. I think High River is the name of the place. Nanton, High River. So yeah, I mean, we used to go around quite a lot. We drive around the city also whenever we didn't go outside, then at least drive around the city. So yeah, I mean, we used to go out, but again, I mean, that's not no substitute for actually having a relationship, but that's where we were. So that was kind of life and entertainment, and then about food. I used to have a good breakfast. I mean, I have like sausages, chicken sausages. I used to eat beef and pork outside, sausages and hamburger outside, but never cooked them at home. So I used to buy chicken sausages, fried eggs, bread, chips in the morning. So I eat decent breakfast, and go to university, work there. But the lunch was a big problem because the food court there. I mean, the choices were again. I mean, mostly either Canadian or Italian food. Or even the Indian foods were not good at all. So the only option I had was to eat that Chinese place, and that's where I used to eat. Like they used to give like three meatballs and a little bit of noodles. I didn't like that at all, but I still that is the only food I could eat. So I'd like maybe eat one meatball and a little bit of noodles late in the afternoon. Once that was over, I was so happy that the painful affair is over. I'll smoke two cigarettes. So lunch was not good at all. Then I used to have the afternoon coffee, just coffee. I didn't have anything else. And then dinner, I used to have like rice, posto, aloo posto, or if I had fish, they had this Bangladeshi shops. They had ilis, used to sell ilis, frozen ilis. They'll cut in a straw, electric straw, cut them to pieces, and then bring them home and I could fry or bake them. And this Bangladeshi shops, the people there are so friendly, isn't it? I mean, Bangladesh, that language itself is so friendly. I walk in the shop, they'll say, "Ki dada, এতদিন কোথায় ছিলেন? কেন দেখিনি?" এমন যেন I am his brother or something. It's not about mechanical stuff of being nice to a customer, but no, you feel the warmth. You feel that there's genuine friendship in it, and that's what. And particularly when you are lonely alone in a foreign land, it feels good. And I used to love going to those Bangladeshi shops all the time. So yeah, I mean the night time I used to eat even not when not in the weekends, even during weekdays I used to eat, like I said, rice or dal and posto and fish or sometimes chicken, something like that. So I used to cook myself, obviously, all the food, but yeah, once in a while I used to go. We used to go Sunday morning. Me and Kumar, we developed this habit of going to these branches and this five-star hotels, Marriott or Hilton or somewhere, and this has this huge, massive branch spreads, right? All sorts of meat, all sorts of breads, fruit juice, fruits, fish, different types of Oriental food, Indian food, everything. I mean, like 200, 300 types of food. Of course, we ate very little. I mean, maybe one little egg and a donut, and that's it. I mean, that we're done. But being there was fun. But then we will joke about it and how decadent this place feels. When we were, as I said, we were very intellectual, right? So for us, it felt all decadent, but we used to go there just for the fun of it, me and Kumar. It was like about $20, I think, per head. Affordable. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a bit high for us, but we could do it once in a while. Maybe once in a fortnight, we used to go Sunday branch. So that was one thing. Once in a while, I cooked mutton also, but yeah, I didn't like that much. But yeah, mostly I used to have ilis fish and tandoori chicken. So I have the whole oven there, so I'll spice up the chicken, put it in the oven, leave it there, and it comes out and good. And then yeah, we used to eat that one. And yeah, that was food. And one thing I should talk about is the cold in Canada. Before I talk about it, let's talk about Banff a little bit. The place Banff in the Rocky Mountain is a beautiful place. They call it Switzerland of Canada. I had never been to Switzerland, but that place is absolutely amazing. Craggy mountains, snow-capped peaks, then beautiful bottomless lakes, huge of them. Minnewanka Lake, and then Lake Louise, and Lake St. Jasper. And it's in the winter, the lakes will be completely frozen. You can walk on them. Sometimes they could at least drive on them. I've seen people driving on them also. Of course, you can ski on them also. But in the summertime, it's so beautiful. I used to go boating on the lake, and of course, it's all nicely done and organized, everything. And the forest is just too beautiful. The the Canadian maples and sycamore and poplars and all sorts of trees and flowers everywhere, particularly in the spring and summer. It is absolutely, and gushing streams and waterfalls. It's just very, very beautiful. Those entire place. I have been to, I think, as far as Jasper, Lake Louise and Jasper. I didn't go beyond that. Kelowna and those places even better. But this entire Rocky Mountain is so beautiful, particularly Canmore also. Canmore is one of the most beautiful places in the world. I mean, I think there's, and 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 they have these skiing resorts over there. I never skied, but I did do ice skating a couple of times. And every time I came out of ice skating, I felt so relieved. It was a harrowing experience about I couldn't skate. I couldn't even walk on them. So I had to hold on to something and try to skate, but I couldn't do it. And every time I came out of the ring, I was felt so great that I'm so fortunate that I don't have to learn to walk. So that was the only greatest pleasure of skating, is to get out of the rink and be able to walk again comfortably. So yeah, so I didn't never skied, but I did skating once and twice. Once we went to this next town, Edmonton, is the capital of Alberta. That is a huge mall over there. So we went there once, and then other places around we used to drive around a lot. And yeah, so that was one thing. And then the cold part, the Canada, particularly the place I was very, very cold. I mean, temperature itself sometimes it drops down. I have seen actual mercury dropping down to minus 36 Celsius. And then the wind chill with the wind gust from the west. The wind chill, they say the feel is about minus 40 degrees, something like that. Even with the full clothes on, duck down, 4 or 5 layers, and the down jacket, this thick gloves in my hand. If you keep the hands outside because I'm holding, say, a coffee mug or something, my nails will start burning after 5 minutes. That's the big problem, and you have to keep your hands in your pocket. If you take out your hands to do something, either people who do skiing or anything, then your nails will start burning like you are on fire. That's what the big problem. And then, because the strict rules of smoking in Canada, you cannot, of course, not smoke inside anywhere. But even at the building gates, you cannot smoke. You have to go like 40 feet away to smoke, and there'll be deep snow on there. So you have to walk on the snow 20 feet. I don't remember. I think 20 feet, and then you have to smoke there. After a while, I gave up smoking altogether. So it was so difficult, and in the rooms they have this dual glass, because if you have single glass, then the water from the room inside, whatever evaporation you get from cooking, from breathing, they all get stuck into the glass and then becomes ice. So you cannot remove that ice also. So they have dual glasses so that the inside glass doesn't get so cold and doesn't deposit the vapor. So if you remove one glass, then the ice deposits on the other glass. It's that cold. Of course, the rooms were heated, so were the cars. But yeah, I mean, anything outside is fairly cold. It's enjoyable. I mean, and then sometimes you get the Chinook. They call it Chinook winds. That's like hot winds that comes from the west. That kind of warms up the place. Suddenly the temperature will go from minus 33 to plus 2 or something. Plus 2 feels great at that time. The ice will start. You can hear the ice starts melting, and it really feels great. I mean, I used to listen to that song, the Beatles song, "Here Comes the Sun," and it really felt that way when it either the spring comes or there's a Chinook and there's a sun and the temperature goes up and you don't feel so cold anymore suddenly. And it really feels like liberating. It feels like you are released out of a prison, because the cold, so cold, you are almost always inside, and you do feel like you are inside a prison. It does. Particularly those Christmas time, and it gets really cold in February, March. That was the coldest month. But even in December, it feels very, very cold. So so that was one experience for me, that cold. And yeah, so all put together, my experience in Canada was, I'll sum up it as a lonely, not very happy. But what I enjoyed was the study there, being able to, I mean, as I said, I always had this desire to study in a North American university. Those universities are so beautiful, and the environment is so liberating, and I mean, this encouragement to knowledge and learning and freedom. So I loved that part. I loved friendship with Kumar and go around those places, Banff and Rocky Mountains. Um, Calgary is a small town. I don't know how many, like 8 lakh, 9 lakh people. It's a small place. But in Canada, Storm, this is like, I think this is third largest city in fourth largest city in Canada. But it's like our Makuda or something. They are rich, so they have tall buildings and stuff like that. But it's not a big city. Um, so yeah, I mean, I used to cycle around also. I had a cycle, and then at the end of almost the end of my stay, my car broke down, and I didn't have money to buy another car. So I used to travel by bus. Our university union had organized with the transit authority that we used to get a bus monthly bus for $40. Bus is valid for all types of transport, bus, metro. There was a light train. So traveling by bus was fun. Metro was also fun. You will say people, but as I said, in overall, I was lonely there, and I was not very happy. So, but finally, when I got married and came back to India, actually, it was somewhat of a liberating experience. I didn't miss much from Canada. I have got the Canadian visa twice now. Last time I did, and this time also again I did this. The reason I'm not going there, it's too long. This plane journey, which I hate. Sitting there, my leg starts paining, and I don't know how I like it, but I will definitely go. Either this year or next year, sometime I'll definitely go and see how things are and how it has changed. I've seen some photos and it looks different. And if I get a chance, I'll go meet Lisa also. So that's my story about Canada. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.